Hello and welcome for the last time to Rob's Retro Reviews. Now, despite the title for this video and the thumbnail for this video that might suggest that I'm stopping making YouTube videos or something like that, that's not happening, and all that's happening is that I'm changing the name of the channel, and I'm also changing the branding for the channel too. I'll get into the reasons as to why I'm doing that later on in the video, but for now, I guess it makes sense to start by taking a look at the new ident that I've made for the channel, and also I guess the new name reveal too. Check it out. So what do you think? I've changed the name of the channel to Pixel Pursuit, and you've just seen the brand new ident that's going to play at the beginning of all of the videos from now on, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it's definitely a step up from the old Rob's Retro Reviews ident that I've been using for like 2 years now, maybe even over 2 years to be honest. So basically I want to go into the reason as to why I'm changing my name. And it's nothing all too complicated or anything. I think it's just that I feel like I've almost grown out of it a little bit. So the name Rob's Retro Reviews, I kind of just came up with that on the spot when I started the channel and just stuck with it because I thought it sounded quite cool at the time. But recently I've been kind of thinking, has it been putting people off of visiting the channel? And also, has it been pigeonholing me into making certain types of content when I want to branch out and do some other stuff? So basically, to break it down, the name Rob's Retro Reviews I've got a problem with on almost every level. So the word retro in the title automatically means that I can only really make content that's about retro games, which stops me from talking about new releases. It stops me from being able to talk about gaming news because it's obviously not relevant to the channel with it having retro in the title, and like that sort of thing. I kind of want to be able to talk about more current things and more modern games that I'm playing at the moment, and I kind of feel like I can't really do that and it stay relevant to the channel at the moment. Again, similarly, the word reviews in the title automatically means that I can't really do any other sort of content other than reviews without it not making sense. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while, and you might have noticed that I've been doing more recent videos that haven't been review styles, like for example my most recent video at this point is the Game Room Tour update, and I kind of want to be able to make content like that, that's more personal to me, just about my game collection and what I've been playing recently and that sort of thing. But at the moment I sort of feel like I can't do that with my name because it's all about retro reviews. So I wanted a name that was less restrictive, basically. Another thing with the word reviews is that it automatically doesn't make sense whenever I do streams over on Twitch, because people can't see my reviews there, so they're just clicking on a channel called Rob's Retro Reviews, and then I'm not doing reviews, I'm doing live streaming. So it doesn't make sense in that aspect either. I've also got a bit of a problem with having my own name in the channel title too. So I guess looking forward into the future, if I kept with Rob's Retro Reviews and eventually did merchandise of some sort, would people want to wear a product that has someone else's name on it? I'm not sure if they would. It would be much more likely for them to wear merchandise, for example, that has a name like Pixel Pursuit on it, where it's not got anyone's name on it and it's more of a brand, I guess. So I think it makes more sense for the future of the channel to change the name now, rather than changing it later when I've potentially got a few more subscribers, and then it's even more confusing to a bigger audience. So we've talked about why I don't like the old name, but why do I like the new name? Well, the new name, as I've said before, is less restrictive because it doesn't have the words retro reviews in it, so it means that I can basically make any style of content I want because the name isn't pigeonholing me or restricting me in any way. Having said that though, I feel like the branding that we've done for the channel and the name of the channel, Pixel Pursuit, does still have a retro vibe without it being too in your face. Obviously the word pixel and pixels are heavily associated with retro games, so that kind of makes sense because I am still going to be having a focus on retro games just because they're the games that I like. And the word pursuit, it's basically, well, self-explanatory really, but I'll explain it. It's basically means that I'm always on the lookout for something, so Pixel Pursuit kind of together equals that I'm always on the lookout for new games to be playing, and always on the lookout for new games to review too. I just think the name Pixel Pursuit is more appealing to the audience as well, because it doesn't dictate the type of content that I'll be making, so you can kind of click on my channel not knowing what the next video is going to be about, so it's more exciting. Whereas at the moment, you already know what the next video is because it's in the channel name, it's going to be a retro review of some kind. So a question you might have at this point, with the name change and the branding change and everything else like that going on, what else is going to be changing? Well, for the most part, the content that I'm creating is gonna stay the same. The only thing that's really gonna be changing with that is the frequency that I upload. I have a loose schedule at this point of trying to get a main review out once every 2 weeks. So that would mean that there would be a brand new, what was a Rob's Retro Reviews episode out a lot more often than I was previously doing. Basically that would mean there would be 2 main videos going up a month, whereas before it was a little bit all over the place and I didn't really have a schedule at all. Having said that though, this is only a loose schedule at this point because I don't know what's going to be going on with my work, I don't know what's going to be going on in my life, and stuff going on basically might mean that I can't get videos out as often as I would like. So in terms of the main content on the channel, which I think is the reviews, that's not going to be changing at all. What is going to be changing slightly is that I do want to be getting out more videos just generally chit-chatting about games that I've been playing and talking about gaming news. I mean, an obvious upcoming thing that's going to be happening really soon that I'm going to be doing a video on is E3. And I basically just want to do more videos about that. Like if anything is announced that I really like the look of, I want to be able to just do a quick video about it that's unscripted, just talking to the camera like this, just to get a video out quicker, and also to make my channel a little bit more relevant, I guess. Because at the moment I don't really do anything like that unless it's a massive occasion like E3 where I have done videos about that in the past. But as well as that though, I just want to do more videos where it's just me and my audience, then it's an unscripted video like this, where I'm just generally chit-chatting about the games that I've collected this month or things like that, things that are a little bit more personal to me. I have started trying to do this on my channel, like I did a video recently where I unboxed a Crash Bandicoot action figure and basically showed that off and showed my initial impressions. But basically I want to do more videos like that a lot more frequently, because I feel like I like watching those videos, so I feel like my audience might enjoy that type of content too if I did it more often. It would also get me better at talking to the camera in an unscripted way as well, because at the moment I'm not too good at that. I think I've gotten better at it recently, but it's still a little bit awkward, I feel, anyway. Let me know if that comes across to you guys. So we've talked about the main reviews that are going to be uploaded to the channel a lot more frequently, hopefully. And then the second type of content is the, what I'm calling at the moment, ramble videos, where it's just me talking to the camera in an unscripted way. Then the third and final type of content that I want to start doing more often is streaming over on Twitch. If you've watched my latest video, which is a game room tour, you'll know that I've recently updated the game room and it's basically much more efficient at recording gameplay. But as a side effect, what that means is that it's basically made the room a lot easier to set up a stream, so now I can basically do it without too much hassle. Whereas before, it was always really annoying to set up and it took forever, and it basically completely put me off of ever wanting to do it just because of the hassle it was. But now, with it being so much easier, I do want to start doing that a lot more often. I'm not going to have a set schedule for when I stream, just because I feel like at the moment I can't really stick to that. After all, I am trying to get a review done once every 2 weeks, and I also want to be doing the ramble videos in between that as well. So that's a lot of stuff to be doing. But in terms of the YouTube content being affected by the streaming, I don't think I'm going to be uploading full streams or anything like that, but if there's ever a stream that I do either alone or with my girlfriend, I feel like I'm going to do a stream highlight video. If there's ever a stream that we do that's really good or interesting in some way, and I kind of want to show that off. But yeah, in terms of the YouTube content going up, the streaming shouldn't really affect that in any way, other than you seeing a stream highlight video every once in a while. I've just noticed that there's a glass of water behind me that wasn't there at the start of the video, and that's probably really annoying for some of you watching. Some of you might not have even have noticed that that appeared, but yeah, basically I got thirsty and got a bit of a sore throat and I needed a drink. So there we go, that's the explanation for that. So in the short term, the content that's going to be going up on the channel are obviously the Hugo reviews, where I'm going to be continuing the Hugo PS2 marathon. We've got 3 games in the series left to cover, so we're getting relatively close to the end of that now, and then I'll have reviewed every single Hugo game released on a PlayStation system. Another video going up on the channel soon is my game recording setup video, where I'm basically going to be going through all of the equipment that I use to make videos, and what my process for making videos is as well. I think that'll be quite interesting, because I've recently completely revamped my game recording setup, so I can kind of show that off a bit and go in depth into how that works. Another video going up soon is going to be my E3 highlights video, where I'm going to break down all of the E3 conferences, talk about what I didn't like, what I did like, and basically just determine who won E3 this year. And then shortly after that, I'm going to be doing a review on Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. I've been looking forward to that game coming out for ages now, and it's so close, and I just can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm probably also going to end up streaming that because it's got online, and I'm probably going to want to play that quite a lot, so I might as well stream it at the same time. Something else that I want to acknowledge here is the fact that at the end of some of my reviews, I've sort of implied that I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to the next game in that particular series, and as of now, I've not done that yet. So the games where I've done this are Lucky Luke, where I've implied that I'm going to be doing a video on Lucky Luke Western Fever. The Bubble Bobble video, at the end I implied that I was going to be doing a video on Buster Move 2. And then in my Crash Team Racing review, I implied that I was going to be doing a video on Crash Bash. Now, I do intend on reviewing all 3 of those games, but it's just taken me forever to get around to it. I do plan on reviewing Lucky Luke Western Fever very soon actually, so maybe after the Crash Team Racing video that'll be the next one, but we'll just have to see how that goes. Basically, for anybody that's been waiting for those videos, I don't even know if there are anybody waiting for those videos, but still, I will be making them, it's just that I've not gotten around to them yet because other stuff has come up that I've been wanting to talk about. So yeah, the general gist of the channel is that the branding is changing, the name is changing, the content is for the most part staying the same. I want to do more unscripted videos where it's just me talking to the camera about a particular topic. I want to increase the amount of videos that I'm making in terms of both the unscripted videos and the reviews. I want to start streaming more, and I think that's pretty much it. I'll put in some footage of what the videos are going to look like when the aspect ratio is 4:3 and there's a banner at the side, because I've also redesigned those. So that might be interesting for you to look at, just to see what videos are going to look like from now on in 4:3. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. So it's all good stuff, really. I apologise if anybody really liked the name Rob's Retro Reviews, because obviously it's not going to exist anymore. Having said that though, what I want to make clear is that any of the previous videos I've made that are obviously called Rob's Retro Reviews, me changing the name doesn't sort of discredit them in any way. I'm still really proud of everything that I've ever done, and they're still just as important to me as any upcoming videos that I make. So I don't want it to come across like I'm just forgetting about all of the Rob's Retro Reviews content that I've made, because that isn't the case. They're all still going to be a part of the same playlist, and I still consider them to all be a part of the same series of reviews too. It's just the way to think about it basically for me is that there's been 2 seasons of Rob's Retro Reviews. One where I was at my old house, and then up until I moved here, that was sort of season 1. And then season 2 has been from when I moved into this house to now, I guess, to now when I'm changing the name and the branding. So the way to think about it is that this is the start of season 3. I also want to say thank you to anybody that's subscribed recently, because we have been growing the channel quite a lot recently. It might not look like it to somebody looking at it from the outside, but to somebody who's keeping an eye on the numbers like me, we have been getting quite a lot more views and quite a few more subscribers recently. So really all I can do to sort of acknowledge that is to just say thank you. I had this aim to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year, which was, at the beginning of the year, that felt almost impossible. That was just like really out there. But if it keeps going at the rate that it's been going recently, we might actually hit that target. And that would just be insane. 500 subscribers. Like, I didn't think that the channel was ever going to reach that because it's had such a slow growth. And I feel like the reason it's had such a slow growth has probably been my fault. Because I've been doing videos on really, really obscure series sometimes, like the Hugo series, and some of the other videos that I've done as well don't have like that much of an audience. Like, I don't know, the last review I've done at the time of recording this is Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure, and it's like, obviously nobody cares about that nowadays, but I guess the sort of selling point of my channel has been that I've been covering these obscure games. But what that's meant is that I haven't built up that much of an audience because people just don't search for those games. So I guess while I am still going to be covering obscure stuff, I do also plan on covering more mainstream stuff as well, just because I feel like I want to build up an audience so that when I do a video on an obscure game, more people watch it and more people learn about the games that they might not have ever seen before. But yeah, that was a little bit of a tangent just there that I didn't plan. But yeah, basically the gist of what I'm saying is thank you to anybody that's subscribed either recently, and thank you especially to those subscribers who have stuck around for like years now. It means a lot to me, and the interactions in the comments mean a lot to me too, so yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sticking around. I guess we'll wrap up the video now by me just saying, let me know in the comments what you think to the name change, let me know in the comments what you think to the branding, and just let me know what you think to my overall plan as well. Is the sort of content that I'm going to be making appealing to you? Is the content that I'm making now appealing to you? And do you think I could do something to be more appealing to you? Just let me know in the comments what you like about the channel, what you want the channel to do in the future, because obviously you're the audience and you're the people that really matter, so I want to know what you think. So, until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!